I've been doing some thinking, yes, lots of thinking. Why not transform this pandemic into something positive, an opportunity? Many of us are already learning to cook, to bake, to draw, to make videos, to disinfect everything, and even to wash their hands. So why not? On a slightly different note, could it be that we are the virus? Bear with me, I'll try to explain. You know this coronavirus situation, I'm not referring just to the virus itself, but to everything that the pandemic has brought with it. The way it has quickly crawled into every aspect of our life, bringing negative and even positive consequences. Yes, because let's forget for a moment the most negative aspects we all know about. The health aspect, the economic one, the loss of jobs, the flattening of the curve, the stay-at-home mantra. Let's forget about the travel restrictions, the queues at the grocery shops, the fence that all countries have been building around them, the surging poverty, the newly acquired authoritarianism, the tensions between economic partners, the closures of schools, the emerging nationalism, and the boredom of a life constrained between closed walls. Yes, let's put them aside, though some of these aspects are even scarier than the pandemic itself, even because we still have no idea how long the situation is going to last, and what's going to stay, and what will change. Let's hope it won't last for long, and let's hope that things will go back to the way they were. Hold on. Why am I saying that? I don't want things to go back the way they used to be. Not completely, at least. Sure, lots of things were great, but many others were just not right. And they hadn't been right for quite some time. Anyway, let's focus on the positive aspect that this crisis has brought us. Above all, I would say that unless you're at the front, like doctors and nurses, care workers, and anyone who's keeping the world from spinning out of its axis, this crisis has given us some time to think. Time to analyze and reevaluate. For example, it has given us time to think about what's really important in our lives. Be it family, health, friendship, art, culture, nature, children, peace, education, safety, and alas, money. Isn't the world that we've built too centered around money? Sometimes in the past, our old, slow way of life had started running, sprinting, possibly escaping away from us, and we have been forced to run after it, obsessively, blindly, without having been given the time to think and realize why everything was changing so suddenly, to realize why we had to cram into small apartments, into high buildings, and buy bigger and flashier cars, phones, TV, computers, just to live a new life which is no better than the old one we used to have. Maybe it's time to stop valuing nations according to their wealth, firepower, and GDP, and start measuring wealth through culture, diversity, happiness, beliefs, and nature. Would you rather be rich or happy? Both possibly, but which most? For the past 200 years, and possibly more, in the name of progress and greed, we have been the virus that spread beyond control, killing and wounding everything that we found in our paths. Is this the world we want to get back to? Let's be fair, lots of progress has been positive. It allowed us to live a better and longer life. But sometimes the cost of this progress has been too high. It has taken away from us nature, freedom, space, culture, clean air, traditions, peace, and social values. Was it worth it? This crisis might lead to a rethinking and rebuilding of our society, of the way we live, the way we work, the way we relate to one another. So let's not have greed, money and power dictate how the future should look like. Let's also change the way we consume, the way we protect the environment, the way we relate to our future. Let's not waste this moment of learning. Let's instead transform it into an opportunity to correct some of our past mistakes and maybe go 2 steps back and 1 to the side. As you reach this point, thank you for watching. Please consider liking my video and subscribing to my channel, as that is what keeps me going. And if you're a long-time follower, or even if you're not, let me know in the comments beneath what you think of this video. See you next time.